Hello and welcome to Wiz Talk. Today we're going to discuss all about music videos. Whenever we watch a music video, we simply become consumers by absorbing what's on the screen. But we never really think about the back end of a music video. Music videos are a great promotional tool for an artist or a band and really gains them immense exposure. Today we're going to look at a couple of music theories and theorists who talk about the construction of music videos, and also they mention how it's perceived by its audience. The first theorist we're going to look at today is Andrew Goodwin. Andrew Goodwin has 6 principles, and the first principle states that all music videos consist music genre specific characteristics. For instance, if it's a metal genre based or rock genre based, you're more likely to see a music video which is performance based or a stage performance, in contrast to a girl or a boy band where it's going to be a dance routine or a love message. Second principle states that there is a strong link between lyrics and visuals, either amplifying, contradicting or illustrating. When we say illustrate, it simply means the lyrics are shown visually on the screen. Amplifying is just a fancy word for saying emphasizing the message of the lyrics. Contradicting is a rare one because the lyrics don't really match the content that's shown on the screen. The third principle is the link between music and visuals. Once again, amplifying, contradicting or illustrating. The fourth principle is meeting the demands of the record label. There will be lots of close-ups and extreme close-ups of the artist for the only sole purpose of promotion and gaining exposure. The fifth principle within Andrew Goodwin's theory is intertextuality. Music videos consist of intertextual references, which simply mean references to other music videos, television programs or movies. This is done to not only promote the artist or their band, but to also promote the TV show or movies they're advertising about. The final principle is notion of looking. Notion of looking is a very common technique within music videos, where the protagonist of the video is trying to look for something, or there's screens within screens, plays within plays, or the most common one is the voyeuristic treatment of the female body, where women are presented seductively with sexual clothes and presenting more of sexuality rather than themes that are put across in the video. So, voyeuristic treatment of the female body is a key technique to look out for. Andrew Goodwin's theory concludes with the separation of music videos. For instance, all the music videos fall into these 3 major categories: performance, conceptual and narrative. The second theorist we're going to look at in today's program is Sven E. Carlson. Sven E. Carlson's theory states that binary opposites drive the narrative of the music video. When I say binary opposites, I mean black and white, present and past, happiness and sadness. The second principle within Carlson's theory is that there are 2 categories in which music videos fall into, which is performance and conceptual. Now, Carlson believes the performer that is shown in the music video is materialized and they're commercially exhibited. In other terms, the artists are just there as a product to be sold and for people to aspire to become like them and dress like them and talk like them. Now, this is done in a very professional way with gloss and glamour, so people can adapt to the styles that the artists are performing in. Another type is called the television bard, which is a singing storyteller who uses on-screen images instead of interpersonal images. To sum up Carlson's theory, He's saying that binary opposites drive the narrative of the music video, and 2, artists are materialized, in the sense they're sold as a product to the audience rather than a performer. The next theory we are going to move on to is the narrative theory. Now, the narrative theory is the way in which a story is told within a music video. It also keeps the video comprehensible so that all the target audience can understand what's going on. Narrative is the coherence given to a series of facts. Now, there are 3 theorists we're going to look at that have put their perspectives across and opinions on this narrative theory, and the first one is called Todorov's theory. Todorov's theory separates music video into different stages. For instance, these are the different stages: equilibrium, disequilibrium, recognition, reparation, and new equilibrium. Now, those might sound like fancy words, but equilibrium simply means perfection, a state of perfection where everything is as it should be. Now, if we take equilibrium, it's saying everything's perfect in the beginning, and then something messes up the perfectness that's there in the atmosphere, and then recognition comes in when the characters and protagonists in the music video recognize what's happened and they try to repair it, and once they've repaired it, there's all a happy ending. This is a typical narrative style music video, and for example, if you look at Rihanna's Man Down, this is exactly what happens. She's having this guilt factor that is shown in the music video, in contrast with crosscuts to the murder scene and how happy she is, and that's the equilibrium we're talking about. Todorov's theory is predominantly seen in movies rather than music videos, but it is a theory to be looking out for. To sum up Todorov's theory, Todorov claims that narrative must undergo a transformation. The characters featured in the music video must undergo the transformation by going through the disruption. The next theorist we move on to within the narrative theory is Vladimir Props. This narrative theory is created through a variety of character functions. For example, you have a hero trying to seek something, a villain obstructing the hero, a princess is the hero's reward, and the father is the giver of the reward. And this is again a principle that's commonly seen in movies rather than music videos. The final theorists we're going to look at under the narrative theory is Claude Lévi-Strauss's theory. This is a narrative theory built from the inclusion of binary opposites, similar to Carlson's theory. One side will be represented as the right side, in which the audience can identify with and support. Just again to give you some examples of binary opposites, you have good, evil, present and past, normal and strange, known and unknown, heaven and earth. The final music theory we're going to look at in today's program is Baldwin and Thompson's theory. Baldwin and Thompson are 2 theorists that came up with the 4 corners theory in 2001, also known as the cause and effect theory. In this theory, there are 4 different sections that relates to the editing of music videos, and these include graphic, rhythmic, spatial, and temporal. Graphic. This editing is all about the mise-en-scène, what we are shown on the screen, thinking about the pictorial qualities within a video. We move on to the rhythmic theory, which is editing the footage and thinking about the duration of each shot. Rhythmic editing will show that each shot cuts on length according to the beat of the tempo of the music. Different shots will give different effects. For instance, all shots have the same length, some shots which lengthen steadily, shots with shorter and shorter in length, longer shorts, rapid series of quick shorts. To sum it up, images, music, speech, sound effects all have rhythm. Then we move on to spatial. Basically, spatial means maintaining continuity throughout, thinking about the space where the event of the music video takes place. Finally, we move on to temporal. Temporal is this idea of unfolding of time. This is all about continuity, similar to spatial, but is based on the time that the action is taken in and how the video footage manipulates time. In other words, in simple words, this is the progression within a music video. So, Bordwell and Thompson's theory touches upon spatial, rhythmic, graphic and temporal editing. And this is the cause and effect theory. Now that concludes our program on music video and music theorists. Thank you for watching the program and tune in again to listen to more interesting facts.